I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
When you're the victim of a car accident, hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation.
Call on me, your MVP.
Hi, this is Tavis.
Tavis, this is Dr. K. We've got a lot to talk about. I'll be in town on the 28th of February. Can you clear your calendar?
Absolutely, Dr. King. Good Lord, do I have some questions for you, sir. Hi, it's Tavis.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. This is Minister Malcolm. Now, I heard that you and Martin are getting together for a public dialogue on February 28th. You see, now I already know the date. Now, I know y'all not trying to keep me out of that conversation, are you?
No, sir. No, sir.
What happened to George Floyd shouldn't happen, not even to a dog. How long must the Negro continue to endure this foolishness at the hands of law enforcement? People can take but so much before they reach a breaking point. What do you mean, Black Lives Matter? Black lives haven't mattered in this country since Negroes stopped working for free at the end of slavery. You ought to be talking about Black Guns Matter and start your own NRA. Call it the Negro Revolutionary Amalgamation.
Don't miss this compelling historic radio event, The Return. When Tavis Smiley converses with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. Tuesday, February 28th, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580. This is a rather bold pronouncement, but we think we can back it up. If you come across a radio frequency anywhere putting more variety and more diversity on the air than KBLA Talk 1580, we sure would like to hear about your discovery.
You got to have vision.
You can search, but we are confident that you won't find more shows covering more topics, hosted by a more diverse and inclusive lineup of talkers than the squad we have assembled here at KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the time, brothers. This is the time.
We've got something for everybody.
That's right.
Health and healing, history and humor, issues and events, empowerment and entertainment, all in one station.
What's really going on?
Free enterprise, you dig?
KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We got a lot to talk about.
King Kong ain't got on me.
In this hour, I am honored to welcome into our studios. Well, I'm lying. I'm not in my studio. I'm in the conference room. I am normally just down the hallway in our studios, and so if the sound is a little bit different, that's because I'm not in my studio. But when you get 6 Negroes together, we can't all fit in one room, so I had to move to a bigger space down the hallway to accommodate the cast of New Jack City Live. The stage play is touring the country right now. In this hour, Tretch. Let's do a sound off. Tretch. There you go. Big Daddy Kane.
What's good?
There you go. Flex Alexander. There you go. I love it. Little Michael Jackson for you, right? Okay.
Let's just get it out the way now.
Yeah, exactly. and you know I'm coming back to that, right?
I know it.
You know I'm coming back to it. We'll be joined momentarily by Alan Payne and by Gary Dordan. You can't get 7 Negroes together and somebody not be late. It's just a black thing. They'll be here when they get here. As my mama used to say, when we going to be there? We going to be there when we get there. Yeah. We've all heard that, right? Yeah. So they'll be here when they get here. But the stage play, New Jack City Live, is at the Orpheum Theater this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you are fortunate enough to be in the Southern California area, if you ain't, too bad. No, just teasing. We'll share some other tour dates as we move through this hour where you can catch the stage plays that moves around the country. By the way, if you have never checked out our live stream of our program, now's a good time to check it out. Go to our app right now, tap on the KBLA TV icon, and you can see Tretch and Big Daddy Kane and Flex and Alan and Gary when they arrive, and yours truly, 6 handsome and talented black men all in one space at one time. The church said, amen. Yeah, we all here. Handsome and talented in one room. Let me jump in, make the most of this time. I'm going to start with you, Flex, since you went there, man. You have covered so much ground in your career. Yeah. How does one end up in a stage play called New Jack City Live at this point in your work, man?
I always want to challenge myself to do, different things. I've done stage plays, but, just in L.A. or just in one place. And this one traveling, I said, man, this would be, just something dope. And then working with, brothers I've known over 30-some years, man. Yeah. We've, Kane, just when I was a dancer, both of them, you know what I mean? And Gary and Alan. So for me, that was definitely a lot of the reason I wanted to do it. And it was full circle because I was an extra in the actual movie. Right. In a couple of the scenes there. So it was just like full circle, man. And since we've been rocking. It's been great, man. I just always want to challenge myself, from stand-up to stage to everything. And I love stage because it reminds me of stand-up. So, you just love that instant gratification from the audience.
Yeah. How do you process that full circle moment? As I get older, I've had a few of those in my career, right? You live long enough, you will have some full circle moments, right? And I have my own way of sort of processing that, but here you are an extra in the movie. Yeah. And now you're in the stage play. Yeah. And you're in the stage play with Alan, who was in the movie. Yes. We all know G Money from the film. Like when you're on stage with this guy every night, how do you process that?
I can't even say, man. I just stay present. You know what I mean? Yeah. And enjoy it. And I look at it like this is my friend, man. You know what I mean? But Alan, as you will see, he's very deep. Yeah. So he's deep. But
and they all laugh.
Yes. So
there's an inside joke somewhere in there. Yes, I'm gonna leave it inside. But go ahead.
Yeah, but that's my brother though, and I take heed to a lot of stuff he says, and even with acting and advice and all that stuff. I think all of us take a bit of that because he's been doing it for so long.
Yeah, I'm going to embarrass him before I go to him. So let me ask you this final question, at least for the moment. Big Daddy Kane's an icon. This Negro is a straight icon.
My top 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's in my top 5. Yeah. We just ran this list the other day. Who your top 5? I mean, when it comes to flow, especially flow. Yeah. Kane is top 5 for me. Yeah. He's on my list. What's it like? You guys have been friends for years, but to be again on stage with him every night, what's that feel like?
It's been dope, man. He's been killing it. I always ask, coming into a project, I wonder how this person is going to, what their take is going to be, and I just love what he's been doing, man. He controls the stage, he controls the role, what he's doing. Outside of the fact I'm watching him as a fan, as a friend, because this is really the most amount of time we got to spend around each other. I mean, back in the day, you're dancing, you're on tour, you see each other. What's up? Yeah. But I got to say that I've cherished this time getting to know him as just as a brother.
Yeah. I should ask this question right quick as we go around the table here. Tell the audience about the character you play and what they're going to see on stage.
I play Pookie.
Yeah,
I play Pookie, the iconic role of Chris Rock. Yeah, listen, when we first started posting about it, people was like, man, Pookie, how you going to play? Listen, there's no way I can be Chris Rock. He's done that, and he's cemented that. I'm doing it my way. Yeah. And I think I'm bringing something different. I think I'm bringing something special, not to say that his wasn't. I'm just doing my thing, with it. And it's not just comedy for me, having 2 brothers that were on crack and, coming up in that era, I got to see it firsthand. So I'm drawn from a lot of that as well.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've had 2 or 3. I'm one of 10 kids. Wow. So I've had 2 or 3 in my own family who had to process their way through that crack epidemic, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm the eldest of 10. Wow. So it's my babies, right? My baby brothers and sisters who I've had to help them navigate through their own crack addictions.
It's a monster, man.
It is a monster, man.
A monster.
So I know about it personally as you do, and so I. Whenever I see this film, it always hits me personally. And it's on TV every night somewhere.
Yeah.
It's on TV all the time, so I know what that feels like. Kane, I am honored, first of all, to have you in studio. You are, as I said, an icon, and I don't use that word lightly. You're a game changer, and that's for me what icon means. People say so-and-so's an icon. So, no. Look up icon. Icon means you did what you did so well that you changed the game. Yes. You are a game changer. You're an icon. I'm honored to have you in this building, in our building, and studio adjacent at least. I'll have to walk you in there when we get done to say Kane was actually in my studio one day. You're technically not in my studio. So like I said, no, Kane came to my studio one day, but I'm honored to have you have you in, man. And I'm glad to have you, man. Congrats on doing this. Why this play for you? I suspect when you're an icon as you are, there are a number of things that come across your desk. You have choices that you can make. Why this for you?
Well, New Jack City to me has always been one of those cult classics that I feel like just really spoke to our culture, and just one of those films I really enjoyed when it first came out. And when I was approached about doing this role,
hold it for a second. Where were you? What were you doing when the film first came out? Take it back. We all were somewhere. What was going on in the life of Big Daddy Kane when New Jack City dropped?
Well, I was actually home the weekend that it came out.
I mean, in your career, what were you doing at that point?
Oh, I was being Big Daddy Kane.
Exactly.
But I remember going to see it in the movies, man. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So being approached about this here film, I was like, that's a cult classic. I would love to be a part of it. Yeah. And when I found out that they wanted me to be Captain Stone, the Mario Van Peebles character, here recently, like I watch a lot of NCIS, FBI Most Wanted, and I've been saying that like I really want to have one of those roles. I want to play one of those roles on one of those TV dramas. And I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity for people to see me in that position and take me serious playing law enforcement.
When we come forward, I want to ask Big Daddy Kane why, of all the things he could play, he wanted to play law enforcement. I am curious about that. We're going to get an answer to that, and we're going to get Tretch involved in this conversation. You are listening to KBLA Talk 1580. We are talking right now live with the cast of New Jack City Live on KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Good thing we've got 3 hours.
More of Tavis Smiley when we come forward.
LA, get ready to experience the best dramedy of the year. Michael Coleman presents My Wife, Your Woman, live on stage. Saturday, January 28th, 8 p.m. at the Wilshire Ebell Theater. Get your tickets now at mcslive.net. My Wife, Your Woman. Emotions spiral out of control when Kim decides to break off her passionate affair when her husband returns home early from war. Get your tickets now at mcslive.net. My Wife, Your Woman.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
This Sunday and every Sunday is the African Marketplace and Drum Circle Community Market. Get free groceries, essential resources, and buy black from local merchants of arts, beauty, custom black merchandise, and more. Choose from a wide variety of cuisines, custom-made clothing, jewelry, and a lot more. Experience the true essence of Africatown at Lamert Park every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Join the drum circle, dance, enjoy live performances, connect with other conscious black people. Experience black excellence every Sunday in Africatown at Lamert Park. You can find us on Degnan Boulevard near Vernon and Crenshaw in the heart of Africatown at Lamert Park. That's the African Marketplace and Drum Circle Community Market. Join us for music, shopping, food, and fun this and every Sunday. Support black businesses, recycle black dollars, and feed your soul. The African Marketplace and Drum Circle Community Market every Sunday in Africatown at Lamert Park. Brought to you by Africatown Enterprise and the African Village Vendors Association.
Less BS per broadcast. Fewer microaggressions per megawatt. KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, this is Queen Latifah, bringing a song to you about a place you might live. In case you don't understand, it's called New Jack City. In case you still don't understand, I brought along the burden troop to kick the ballistics. Come on.
Tavis, Smiley. This is KBLA Talk 1580. Our phone number 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. So pleased to be joined by the cast of New Jack City Live. It's in Los Angeles this weekend at the Orpheum Theater, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Some tickets still available, I believe. So if you're in the Southern California area, check out New Jack City Live this weekend, as I will be doing on one of those performances, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, once again at the Orpheum Theater. I was just talking to the guys during the break. They're on the back half of the tour right about now, but there's still some more cities to go. And we'll give you some tour dates here before we wrap this thing at the top of the hour. We got another 40 minutes, and I'm delighted to continue our conversation with Flex Alexander, Big Daddy Kane. We'll get to Tretch in a moment. Gary Dordan is in the house, so we'll engage him in this conversation as well. Hey, man, good to see you, brother. So we are just delighted to have this group of brilliant, talented brothers. There's a lot of talent, man. It's a whole lot of talent on one stage with these cats. And I'm, again, delighted to have them in our studio or in our studio-adjacent conference room at our building because we couldn't all fit in the studio. We were talking before that break, though, to the icon, Big Daddy Kane, and you were about to tell us why, of all the things that you could play on stage, you wanted to play a law enforcement officer. What's that about, Kane?
LL told me what he get an episode.
Yeah. Speaking of Ice-T, see, that is the funniest thing to me. Every time I see, I don't know how I hit you guys, but every time I see New Jack City, I think, this Negro did a song basically saying the police can go F themselves.
Right.
And he has made a career
playing
a law enforcement. He kills me every time. Yeah. You dog the cops out on the record. Now, every time I see Ice-T, I tease him about this. Man, I said, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Hey, man.
I want to make a whole bunch of money dogging out an entity and then make more money engaging that entity as an actor on screen. I ain't mad at him.
Hey, in the words of my brother Tretch and Nino, it's the American way.
It is the American way. That's exactly what it is. So Kane, how are you finding the experience of now that you got what you asked for, the chance to play a law enforcement officer on stage? How are you finding the experience?
I've been having a lot of fun with it because there's so many different ways to approach it, and I love the chemistry that I share with Gary.
Yeah.
It's like it's the type of thing where he gives me room to do what I need to do, and he's been real helpful as well as far as like telling me like about my approach and everything. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and and working with that brother, I'm in good hands. So,
No, you are. Gary's the best. There was a great debate some years ago, and I don't mean to make us political, but we all big boys, we can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a great debate some years ago, and I recall Samuel Jackson, I love Sam, my boy, was a part of this debate, but there were a number of actors, Sam being one of the most vocal, as I recall. Samuel, I don't want to get cussed out. Samuel. He called me, cussed me out. Nigga, you know my name, Sam. But there was a great debate about rappers. You know I'm going right. Rappers, artists playing roles on stage and on screen. They just stay in their lane. They ain't real actors. How do you process people critiquing you, putting upon you for being out of your lane, out of water, as it were, on stage as an actor, Kane?
Well,
you don't care, huh?
No. It's not that I don't care. I mean, I just feel like people might want to, do their homework because I've been in movies like Posse, Media Man, Gunman since the early '90s. So this is not nothing new to me. Along with my rap career, I've been doing film. So now I take this very serious. I separate the two. There's what I do on stage, and there's what I do on film. That's why I've always pretty much refused to play like I never wanted to be a rapper
on stage or on screen.
I never wanted to do nothing that really seems like Big Daddy Kane.
But for the record though, so we're all clear, you can still spit though when you want to.
Easily.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I love him.
that was supposed to be. He was supposed to be giving me lessons in bars. With finesse, but that hasn't happened yet.
That is the voice of Gary Dordan, who I'll get to in just a second here. Let me welcome into this conversation Tretch. As I say, it's a lot of talent in this room, man. I'm just envious of all the skill set that these brothers possess. Tretch, first of all, how you doing, brother?
All right, how about you?
It's good. I'm good, man. As I say all the time, if I complained, I'd be an ingrate. I got nothing to complain about. I'm just grateful to be here. That's why I love it. Blessed by the best and ducking the rest, as only Tretch can say it. Okay, Tretch, tell me about the character that you play in this process.
I play Nino Uptown Brown.
There you go. Now we all know Wesley, of course. He killed it. I mean, he's iconic. He's iconic in this role. I've talked to Wes a number of times over the years, of course, and we've hung out here and there. And I don't care whatever else he does in his career. He will never get away from. I asked him one time, "Are you okay with that? That you cannot get away from this Nino Brown character?" He said, "I'm absolutely okay with it. I mean, I love playing the role. The movie had a storyline to it. There was a message in the movie. I'm cool with all of that." So he was cool doing it and has no regrets about no regrets at all about having played the character. But when you play a role that has been played by somebody who did it, in a way that people are still talking about, how do you do it and put your own stank on it?
I think it's a beautiful thing because you actually get the blueprint, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you see how that was done. With a play, it's like you put your own sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not a movie. It's straight through. It's more dynamics that you could do that you wouldn't do in a regular film and everything else. And it's like full circle again with Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
What people might not know. First, a huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
Would never try to do the role like him, but got it from there. But he had a stint where he was incarcerated,
Mm-hmm.
and he was doing a Art of War franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was gone, he did 1 and 2. They said, "Who's going to play us keep going on?" So they called me to do that. So Wesley called me out for that.
Yeah.
And then when he got back, he had a series called The Players.
Mm-hmm.
Called me back for that. So just to have the opportunity to come in and fill these,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, this character, it was like I'm fanned out.
Yeah.
And then I knew if I don't show out the right way,
Yeah.
I'll never be out there again.
Yeah.
Like, this boy is terrible. Wesley probably be calling me.
Yeah. But that I'm glad you went there, Tresh, because that's taking a risk. I've had this conversation in a variety of iterations over the course of my career, where somebody tries to inhabit a particular role, or somebody covers a song, and I'm like, are you sure you really want to do that? Are you sure you really want to try to cover Prince? Are you sure you really want to try to cover Stevie? Are you sure so people make choices, man. Stuff they want to cover, roles that they want to put their own thing on. And I celebrate you for stepping into it boldly and aggressively and courageously and passionately, because there are people, who, again, know that character so well that it's almost a no-win situation. Try to do something that was done by somebody like Wesley. But you took the risk, though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And like Kane was saying, like, we take this acting thing serious.
Right.
Especially as rappers.
Right.
Like, we know that we are coming into a whole different field that wasn't our original field. So we had many actors, we had many people always, them rappers, they can't act and everything else. But if you look after 30 years of doing this, we ain't coming in here playing, or we wouldn't have got roles after that. You know what I mean? We really, really, really take it seriously.
Yeah.
You understand? So when we come up in there, we knowing we not wasting the production's time, the people who bring us together, Jakari, it's none of them, and especially the fans that come and paying their money.
Oh, yeah.
To see it. We making sure they don't leave disappointed. The rehearsals we did
Yeah,
months before
man.
we even hit the stage. Like, so don't never think like we ain't in it to win it.
Yeah, and for Negroes, you better deliver, right?
Better.
It's not just money; it's their hard-earned money.
Better.
And y'all from New York, so you know how that works
And
at the Apollo, right?
This ain't Broadway.
I got it.
The crowd will, you hear them all.
Oh yeah, all through.
All
through.
No, you didn't.
Listen.
Oh, you better not.
From when Kane is brought out to the Kane, oh my baby. You hear that? Stretch. People listen. Our folks, I love them because they're gonna let you know how they feel.
Now, I want to come back to that. Hold that thought.
Okay.
But I was saying about the Apollo. Y'all are from New York, so you understand this, man. They expect you to deliver.
Oh yeah.
Or the Sandman will come get you, right?
Quick. Them bulls will hit you before the Sandman.
Exactly.
And not just amateurs. Professional artists get booed at the Apollo.
Yeah, exactly. He said them boos will hit you before the Sandman get you.
Apollo, those was real stripes. I'm glad I got my stripes there because that prepared me for anything.
Oh yeah.
So when we come forward, I want to come back to this point, which is funny for me. It's funny for me, but also annoying for me. Let's just keep it real. When I go to the movies, I ain't gonna lie. I try not to go around a bunch of Negroes because
you can't hear it.
Thank you, Tresh.
Phones is ringing. People walking by.
That's it, and talking back to the screen like they can hear you. Like you, Negro, you were not written into the screenplay. You were not a part of this production, man. They talking back to the screen and all that. Man. But that's me as an audience member annoyed by too many people talking around me. You guys are on stage, to Flex's point, and you hearing everything that the audience is saying back to you, but you got to stay in character.
Yeah.
You can't break the wall. You can't break the wall, man. This ain't Broadway, but you still can't break the wall, right? So you got to deal with it.
To your example, like what happened with Wendell Pierce.
Yes, exactly.
The death of a salesman. Like
exactly.
That it must have really came to a point where he's just like, I can't ignore her.
Exactly. Yeah. Wendell had to deal with that. We'll talk about that. Right. We'll talk to the cast of New Jack City Live. More of our conversation with them. We'll bring Gary Dodan this conversation as well when we come forward after news, traffic, and sports. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
We don't try to be all things to all people. We just remain true to who we are. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Ree Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.
We can build a police force that moves with appropriate intensity and absolute integrity and full accountability.
The great state of Maryland is making history with its first ever African-American governor. Governor Wes Moore spoke about public safety and policing as he was sworn in Wednesday. There are new developments following a deadly mass shooting in Florida on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Deputies say 27-year-old Frederick Johnson Jr. turned himself in. Police believe he was present at the shooting that left a mother dead and 11 others injured during a MLK event in Fort Pierce.
This was a dispute between two or more individuals. Some of those individuals that were involved in this dispute are documented gang members.
More arrests are pending. And that's the latest. I'm Ree Harris on the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Busy drive through Willowbrook. Construction affecting Highland Park. And looks like as you travel Long Beach, we have a crash on that 91 East approaching Cherry. That's onto the right side. Griffith Park, Glendale, the 134 East. East 134 approaching the 5. Word of a collision here, but they haven't said which traffic lanes are blocked, if any. Troubles in Willowbrook on the 105 West at Central. A crash with the right lane taken up, loaded up from Long Beach Boulevard. And crews are working on the 110 South at Avenue 43, Highland Park. The right lane in the off-ramp shut down. That has busied our drive from Lee's Orange Grove.
Save big store-wide at the Truckload event at Lowe's, happening now. For a limited time, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories. Shop the event in-store or online today. Valid 12/29 through 1/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers lose by 5 at home to Sacramento, 32 points for LeBron. Sacramento might be the NBA's most improved team. Their 25-18 record is 4th best in the Western Conference. Bad news for the Clippers as well. They fell below 500 for the second time this season after a 23-point loss at Utah. The Clippers are 2-9 in their last 11 games. The Rams fired 6 assistant coaches yesterday. Defensive coordinator Raheem Morris is still with the Rams. Morris has been interviewing for several head coaching jobs. Houston, Arizona, Indianapolis, Charlotte, and Denver are all looking for a new head coach. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
When you're the victim of a car accident, hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation.
Call on me, your MVP.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk Radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, I'm Dominique DePrima. You may think it's too early, but tax season is now. Whether you're filing individual or business taxes, there are benefits to filing your taxes. You can qualify for loans and grants, improve your credit profile, and get into compliance with the IRS. Who files early gets refunded early, and there are lots of legit ways to boost your tax refund in 2023. The tax professionals at Wealth Management Financial Advisors will find every credit and deduction you deserve so you get your largest possible refund. I'm not kidding. You could double your refund just by filing at Wealth Management Financial Advisors. Big chain tax filing companies use a one-size-fits-all formula that leaves money on the table. Don't wait until recession or procrastination take a bite out of your budget. Book an appointment now at wealthmanagementlb.com or by calling 562-427-8877. That's 562-427-8877. Visit wealthmanagementlb.com.
KBLA Talk 1580 is growing at a phenomenal pace, and we need to enlarge our territory. We are seeking smart, creative solution providers to join the KBLA delegation and go higher with us. If you or someone you know is interested in joining our team as a brand manager, go to our website at KBLA1580.com. Tap on employment opportunities and let us hear from you. We're not looking for everybody or just anybody, but you could be that special somebody. Come grow with us. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
Don't wake me, I'm dreaming. Don't wake me, I'm dreaming.
Tavis, Smiley. This is KBLA Talk 1580. Our phone number 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. Continuing our conversation now with the cast of New Jack City Live. And you always see these these stories when you're off air. So you just heard that. I love that track from Christopher Williams. Love it, love it, love it. And Flexi, we were just saying what now?
thanks to Alan Payne, he got Christopher Williams to come out. We were in Atlanta. Was it Atlanta?
No.
Where were we?
Atlanta. I think it was DC.
DC. And at the end of the show, Chris came out, did that song, and just tore it up.
I know the place went crazy.
Oh, went crazy. Went crazy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. The soundtrack of this thing is itself fire, right? The movie was a hit. The stage play is a hit. Again, if you're in the Southern California area this weekend, you are in luck because New Jack City Live is at the Orpheum Theater Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will see you there. If you can get a ticket. I think there's still some tickets left. The cast, of course, Alan Payne, Tretch, Big Daddy Kane, Gary Dodan, Flex Alexander, all join us live, studio adjacent. Too many Negroes to fit in my little box, so we're in the conference room right about now. But we're here together nonetheless, and I'm delighted to be with these brilliant thespians in this hour. If you've never checked out our live stream, turn on the live stream right now. Go to the YouTube channel, go to our app, click on the KBLA TV icon. You can see everybody in our conference room live right now as we continue our conversation. I was about to bring Gary Dodan in this conversation. So, Gary, it's good to see you. It's been far too long, my friend. How are you, first of all?
I'm fantastic. Too blessed to be stressed.
Yeah, I bet you,
good
man.
To see you,
Everybody's dropping bars today. Too blessed to be stressed.
I'm around all these hardcore rappers, man. I gotta get my lyrics straight, my G.
I see, man. Hanging out with these cats, everybody's got to drop bars.
You know?
I see it's rubbing off on you, huh? Well, if you're gonna learn how to do it, you can't learn from anybody better than Kane and Tretch. So.
Well, back to your comment about rappers acting, we have to remember that they've been on stage through our whole childhood, so their stage presence is bar none.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of actors that have that kind of experience that they actually have.
Yeah.
To provide some presence on stage and to get a crowd to go, hey, ho, put your hand over here, to get people to sit down, to keep people to stand up. Not a lot of actors can actually do that.
That's a powerful point.
So it kind of, what I, as an actor for a while there when I first started out, and then a lot of rappers were taking a lot of good jobs, I had a bit of a gripe. But then after a while, cats were getting better and better and better at the craft. And they were bringing so much to the table because a lot of the experiences they would get called on to portray, they've lived as well. That's one.
Yeah.
Where a lot of actors that living up in Santa Monica Mountains, looking at a script, they ain't lived.
Know nothing about it, yeah.
Right. So there's that.
Yeah.
There's human experience. And then there's a way with words that they also have. Yeah. And then there's the continuation of being a griot that's also instilled within them. And all of these things up on theater is what we need. We invented theater. Yeah. That came from Africa, Then the Greeks took it. So this tradition of being a rapper is the griot. And him on stage is nothing that's a division between him being an actor and a performer and a rapper. It's all in the same. That's why you had those performers in the 20s and 30s and 40s doing musicals and doing an album and also singing because not that we had to do that, we can do that. So it's not a division for a rapper to be an actor.
Kane and Tretch, if you need an agent, I recommend Gary Dodan because
I don't think agents too much, man. Hey, it's not a job I do.
The way he just put that down.
That's our Renaissance man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Emancipation, but when we went to see Emancipation, I looked at Will. I was like, wow, this guy has come a tremendous journey.
Yeah, most definitely.
Wow, that is extraordinary.
That is the voice of Alan Payne, who couldn't wait for his introduction. So I ain't mad at it. He just jumped right on in. For those watching on live stream, they can see that. I'll get to Alan Payne in just a second. Gary, let me throw this question to you first, so everybody can kind of sound off on it, and I want to give Alan his proper introduction. We were joking before we went to news, traffic, and sports at the bottom of the hour, though, about what it's like being on stage and hearing all these Negroes in the audience.
You know what?
This, that, the other, yelling at you.
I'm gonna give that a two-parter because I used to love going uptown and seeing scary movies up in the Bronx and Harlem and uptown. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the smell of the herb is everywhere. And people are loud, and it's a whole good time because the comments are funnier than the movie, and you get a lot of one-liners in some of the movie theaters. And that was back in the late '80s and the early '90s. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes when we're on stage, in the front of the stage a little bit too loud, sometimes you can almost break character. It happened the last show that we had in Houston.
Yeah.
And one of these three ladies were were real loud.
There are two ways I view that. On the one hand, we were talking about our friend and brother Wendell Pierce, who I felt for on Broadway a few weeks ago when he had to, break the wall.
Yeah.
To deal with this sister on the front row who was drunk. I ended up talking to Wendell later that night to make sure he was okay. He said, "Yeah, I'm good." He said, "But the sister got drunk and nobody could deal with her."
Right.
So he had to break character, had to break that wall, man, and deal with it. But it was amazing, I'm told, for the people who were there. Once they got it handled, that nigga picked up right where he left off.
Right.
As
So
Wendell
there's
does, and
that.
just killed
All
it.
right, there's that. We've been there. We've
Yeah.
all been there in this room.
Yeah.
But then there's the other side of it where I've been to Broadway plays, and a lot recently because a lot of our comrades and friends are in some great plays right now.
Finally.
Samuel and John David Washington are in the Piano Lesson, August Wilson play. Commons on Broadway. I went to see a bunch of stuff when we went to New York. I love Broadway, and I love my folks, but it's all white folks in the audience. And on Broadway. So when we go to our play, there's our folks.
Sure.
And it feels real good, man.
Yeah.
And when I go to the Broadway plays, there's nothing but white people. And they're quiet.
Yeah.
They're real tame.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, was theater always like this?
Yeah.
Or did it become like this?
Right.
Was it more of an interactive experience? Do you know what I mean? Because it feels good. I like the energy sometimes.
Yeah.
When they're not too crazy,
Yeah.
it's nice. We feed off of it.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, is it our thing that was original like everything else to be interactive with theater?
I was watching, I was up late last night, and I was watching a couple reruns back to back of Carol Burnett. And the part about the Carol Burnett show back in the day used to crack me up was how they would crack each other up. So they're trying to deliver their dialogue, and you can see Harvey Korman or Tim Conway or Carol or Mickey Lawrence trying to hold it in. Right. So my question is, when you're on stage and you hear something in the audience that's funny, do you? How do you?
Kane is constantly throwing little one-liners.
Like
You slide with it though.
With Tim Conway. And
no, don't pull back and forth. No, it's all you, Mike. He is constantly throwing some little one-liner.
Yeah.
I miss
and breaking kind of character, but then going right back in character. He slide with it.
I remember one show, it was this girl, she just kept screaming. She said, "I love you, Kane." Kane just said, "I love you too." It went straight.
I think his words were, "I love you too, baby."
Yeah. and right back into the script.
Right back.
There you go. I ain't mad at you. I don't envy any of y'all because it'd be tough for me to stay focused with some of the comments I'm hearing in the audience. I'm like, how they keep a straight face, I do not know. Speaking of straight face, speaking of baby face, Alan Payne is here. Alan Payne, how are you, my friend?
I'm wonderful. Good to see you, my friend. Absolutely. It's been a while.
It's good to see you. It has been too long, brother. It's good to see you. Good to see you. The obvious question for you, you were there for the original. We all know G-Money. Here you are now on stage with this. What's it feel like? I don't need to color this question too much. What's it feel like? How do you compare the two, the film, the stage? Just talk to me, Alan.
Well, what's extraordinary about it is that when we shot the film, we didn't know. We knew we were doing something special. And we were like, wow, this is a lot of fun. I've never had as much fun as I had shooting the film, just, being a young actor, getting my break, and being with such talented guys, and to be with Ice-T, because Michael Wright was really mad at me. I did an interview after New Jack, and, I told him what a joy it was in the interview to work with Ice-T, and Michael Wright pulled me aside. We were at his mom's, Jezebel's. Remember Jezebel's?
I remember well, man. I love that food.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese with fire, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we were at Jezebel's, and Michael Wright pulled me. I think it was a New York Times interview, and he said, "Man, I'm upset with you." And I said, "Why?" And just like Gary said, he probably said, I'm upset with you. He said,
that was good, Gary. That's very good.
That was very good.
That's very good, yeah.
And he said, why are you promoting these guys like they're taking jobs from us? We've studied this craft all our lives, and then you're giving them props. And I was like, whoa, I've never had this much fun, right? So I had it was a joyful time. And after 30 years of film, television, and stage, I've not had as much fun since then as I'm having right now with these guys.
Yeah. How much of that has to do? I can probably answer this for you, but you don't need me to answer for you because you can do it for yourself. How much of that has to do though with the crew assembled?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's
I mean,
figured,
the piece itself, is it carries its own significance. But the guys, when you assemble this kind of cast together, and all of these guys, such talented, such gifted guys, but also, such incredibly evolved individuals. Like these are all men who, in their own right, as children, as young men, as I was, as young men, they were gifted in their own right, which is why they've had the careers that they've had, and then they grew spiritually. Each one of these guys, in that 30-year period.
Yeah.
So now for us all to be here, because one of the things that's really incredible about celebrity, I always say.
Hold that thought. I'm coming right back to that. Okay. One of the things that's really incredible about celebrity, don't you forget, I won't forget, we'll come right back to that. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. We are joined by the cast of New Jack City Live. We're going to pick up on that point with Alan Payne when we come forward.
Be sure to like and follow Tavis Smiley at The Real Tavis Smiley and get Twitter updates at Tavis Smiley. The conversation continues when we come forward.
The late R&B singer Aaliyah trends on what would have been her 44th birthday earlier this month. Gone too soon. August 25th, 2001, the world was shocked to learn that Aaliyah passed away at the age of 22 in an airplane accident in the Bahamas, killing all 9 passengers on board. Now, in 2023, Black Twitter and others on the internet reflected in remembrance of the songstress, playing clips of her music, posting quotes in remembrance of Aaliyah, and simple birthday wishes. You may remember here on KBLA 1580 when Dame Dash, who was her boyfriend at the time of her death, said this.
There hasn't been one single day that's gone by that I haven't either heard her name, seen her face, heard her music, or had someone ask me a question about her. Not one day. Not one day have I not thought about Aaliyah. I come from a circumstance that this is the life that I chose, so I don't really sit around and be like so depressed. It's not that difficult for me. You have to man up.
We miss you, Aaliyah. Gone too soon. Maisha Cairo here. That's your K-Black Minute News.
The movie moved you, but the stage play will blow you away. It's Jacarius Johnson, New Jack City, live on stage.
Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
They were at the top of their game, but when loyalty and trust takes a hit,
DMB, man, we all we got.
So does survival.
Your $5 ass down before I make change.
Starring Big Daddy Kane, Stretch from Naughty by Nature, Flex Alexander, the original G Money, Alan Payne, and Gary Dourdan. January 20th through 22nd at the Orpheum Theater. Tickets at Ticketmaster. Conversations that matter. You're listening to Tavis Smiley on KBLA Talk 1580.
You are indeed Tavis Smiley and the cast of New Jack City Live. Alan Payne, Tretch, Big Daddy Kane, Gary Dourdan, Flex Alexander. They're all in the house right now on live stream and on KBLA Talk 1580. And I am honored that all 5 of them, I know as they travel the country, everybody's pulling at them to do interviews. But I feel so humbled and so honored that they accepted my invite to have all 5 of them show up at one time. So thank you, brothers, for doing this. Alan Payne, you were about to say the one thing about celebrity is?
The one thing about celebrity, I don't think that it's organic to black life, particularly maybe us here in America. But I don't know that we have evolved enough out of the plantation experience to really operate in a celebrity experience that also causes a greater divide in our community that separates us as, okay, now here's a group of talented people and they deserve this and you don't deserve that and you should worship them. I don't think that's necessarily organic to our spiritual, connectedness that we have, which also might speak to why on stage, why the audience feels that they're a part of what we're doing, because it's a brotherhood, a sisterhood that they all feel connected to. But I wanted to, the reason I say that is that to be around, I've been around young people, I've been on stage, I've been on television shows with people who were as Americans in need of a certain kind of celebrity because there was something missing in their own self-worth. And to be with these guys, I never felt that for a second. There's no one feeling like, you know, I need more, I should have more. It's all like, man, I'm just excited to be here with you.
I can say there must be something really cool for all of you at this stage in your careers to be part of a project with 4, 5 other brilliant black men, and it's all about the love. That doesn't happen often in Hollywood.
No,
Flex, it just doesn't.
It does not. And I've seen a lot myself. You know, I've gotten this thing, get to my first TV show in 1991. I've seen a lot, learned a lot, but this right here has definitely been one of the crown jewels for me. You know, definitely, man. Definitely. Especially
Gary's probably the only dude, me personally, I haven't worked with before.
Right.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane, Meteor Man, me and Flex, we were in Family Business.
That's right. Yep, Family Business.
And me and Al was in Jason's Lyric.
Right. Yeah.
So just the circle, it's like a family reunion out here.
I want to come back to this notion of Jason's Lyric. Since you went there, Tretch, I was going to go there anyway. But we got to hit that when we come forward. We got a few moments left in this conversation with the cast of New Jack City Live. If you're in L.A. or Southern California, they are this weekend at the Orpheum Theater, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get your tickets. And before we wrap, we'll give you a few other cities they're headed to in the days to come. Our remaining moments with the cast of New Jack City Live: Alan Payne, Tretch, Big Daddy Kane, Gary Dordan, Flex Alexander. I'm Tavis Smiley. Stay with us.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580, putting the spotlight on culture and community. The Rodney King Foundation works in the community to promote positive race relations and achieve social justice. The foundation provides advocacy, educational scholarships, and the powerful Walk in Love initiative. The Rodney King Foundation seeks a world of hope, tolerance, and social justice, where divisiveness has been overcome and all people live together peacefully and harmoniously. Executive Director, founder Laura King is striving to enhance the community's self-esteem, health, social services, and social justice locally and worldwide. The foundation is dedicated to continuing the message of Laura's father, the great Rodney King, to promote peace and #GetAlong. For more information, please visit rodneyking.org or call 626-541-2907. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Dr. Erica Pond with the California Department of Public Health, reminding you of ways to help stop the spread of COVID and other viruses this winter. Boost your immunity by staying up to date with COVID boosters and flu shots. Wash your hands often with soap and warm water for at least 20 seconds. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. And protect others by staying home and testing for COVID when sick. More tips at covid19.ca.gov. Brought to you by CDPH.
Interrogating your assumptions and expanding your inventory of ideas. Let's get back to Tavis Smiley on KBLA Talk 1580.
5 minutes left in conversation with these brothers. I could do this all day. I wish I had the time. Wish they had the time. They got to get back to rehearsals. It's the New Jack City Live stage play. It's this weekend at the Orpheum Theater in L.A., Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we'll give you some dates, some other cities, rather, in just a second here, where you can catch the tour. They're about halfway through on the backside of the tour, I'm told now, so there are a few more places to go, and we'll let you hear about that. I don't need to say much more than this. Tretch teed it up. Tretch, Alan, just say a word about Jason's Lyric all these years later. Looking back on it.
Lonzo, that was,
yeah.
You were speaking on iconic moments and stuff. I think for me in my career, Jason's Lyric was definitely it. It wasn't a lot of rappers that were acting at the time, and it was going to theaters and stuff, and that really took me to a whole different stratosphere on just, iconic type of level.
So for Tretch, that's his answer. The most iconic moment of his career would
You
be.
can't wipe it away, you can't rub it away.
We got Tretch's iconic moment big in Jason's Lyric. Alan, say a quick word about Jason's Lyric and tell me what that iconic moment is career-wise for you, sir.
No, Jason's Lyric was extraordinary for me. Working with this guy, Bokeem, Jada, that was extraordinary. That's probably my most iconic moment. And also, they were trying to give us an X rating.
Yeah.
But because of the love scenes, because the they didn't want to see black folks making love.
That light-skinned butt cheek, they ain't want to see that.
They ain't want to see that.
As we say, there's that, right?
Listen, I didn't want to see that either. And they told me that this was going to be very classy. And as I'm sitting in the theater with my mother and my aunt, and I see the butt cheek for the first time. I'm like,
oh my God.
What is this?
Now I'm sweating. I was cool. I've been cool the whole hour. Now Tracy got me sweating. I got 3 minutes left. Gary Dourdan, you got a few things to choose from. What is the iconic Gary Dourdan career moment?
Wow. Well, I would like to think that I did this small CBS TV movie with Terrence Howard where he played Muhammad Ali and I played Malcolm X, and that felt real good.
Yeah.
But everyone would say, that was that Janet Jackson. Isn't you from that Janet Jackson video? A music video. Ain't that something?
Hey, but Gary, it's Janet Jackson.
Yeah, that's true.
It is Janet
That's
Jackson.
why I did it. I was like, I don't do, they asked me to do it. I said, man, I don't dance like the Rhythm Nation. You know.
Yeah.
And they said, no, but they said it's Janet Jackson. I said, well, let's go.
Yeah, I'll be there.
She's our icon.
That was a wise decision, young man. Wise decision. All right, Flex. I'm about to guess. I'm about to guess, but I'm not gonna go there. I'll let you do it.
The iconic moment. Listen, this is an iconically bad moment.
Shimon.
Yeah. So Michael Jackson, real quick. They called me. I had a meeting with the producers. I didn't do an invitation. I didn't read anything. Nothing. I leave the office. I get the call 2 days later. They want you to play Michael. I said, "You sure?" They know I'm 6'4", right? Like, oh yeah, it's gonna be great. And yeah, and then we saw the makeup, and then there's that. But I would say iconic moments for me that were good was my first performance on Showtime at the Apollo, because I had envisioned doing that since I saw Delirious. I envisioned it, talked about it, my childhood, and it happened. And for me, that was probably the thing that got me going, and obviously creating and starring in One-on-One, because it was something that I brought to the table.
I loved you in One-on-One.
Thank you.
Loved you in that. Thank you. Last word, the Big Daddy Kane. What is that moment about you that you think that we all love that you can't get away from?
There's like 3 moments in my life that's so important to me, that really mean so much to me. But as far as the one that I can't get away from, I would say the dance moves, and I get the job done.
That's it.
That's the one. Because, even right now, today, I could be in the deepest country town, in America, and, there's going to be, Big Daddy Kane, you still going to jump over the dancer head? Like, I'm 54 years old. You don't leave my damn knees alone?
Yeah.
No.
It's funny. It's funny you close with that. I was talking to some young people last night, telling them what the show was going to be today. They were like, "Tell me more about this Big Daddy Kane guy." And I said, "I can show you, Brendan. I can tell you." And you know what video I showed them?
Get the job done.
That's what I showed
See?
them.
See what I'm saying?
Night,
Yeah.
Just last night I did that. I love you all, brothers.
Love you too, brother.
It's called New Jack City Live. It's touring the country. Orpheum Theater this weekend here in L.A. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Some other cities you got to still headed to. Still left. What's left?
Dallas,
Chicago,
St. Louis,
oh yeah,
Grand Rapids.
Yeah, so Midwest.
Yeah. We got some Florida in there later.
Coast.
Yeah, we got.
All right.
Go
online. New Jack City Live. All the cities are listed there. Check out the rest of this tour if you're in those cities. But it's a great show, and it's selling tickets like hotcakes all across the country. And I'm just delighted they're in L.A. this weekend, and delighted that they took the time, all 5 of these brothers, to come in to see us at KBLA Talk 1580. Have a great residency for the 3 days here in L.A.
Thank you, brother.
And I'll see you guys this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
That's our show for today. Thank you for tuning in. Time now for the KBLA Midday Money Chain. Up next, the Millionaires Roundtable with Lynn Richardson, to be followed by Ahead of the Crypto Curve with Najee Roberts. Old money, new money. Either way, it don't matter. We got you covered here on KBLA Talk 1580. Until tomorrow morning, thanks for tuning in. And as always, keep the faith.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica